All right, guys, welcome to June of 2024. And guys, this is it. This is the month of the year. If you don't watch anything before this, or if you don't watch the months after this, this is the best month of the UFC for me throughout the whole year. First of all, 5 events in June. So just on numbers and the quantity and quality alone, it's incredible. 5, including 2 UFC pay-per-views, one including the International Fight Week. They also go to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Louisville, Kentucky, a fight night, and then an Apex card. Guys, this is absolutely insane. I don't even know if I can pick a best fight or best moment of the year. There's just so much to get into. So, like always, right? Let's get into it. June of 2024, to me, the best month in all of the UFC. All right, first and foremost, UFC 302. Dustin Poirier finished the story. We actually coined that term. We talked to Dustin months before the event. We just talked about it. It was great for him to be on the show and how this winning the championship, the UFC Lightweight Championship, would be finishing his story, an all-timer, one of the all-time greats in the UFC. But let's got to get to business a little bit. First of all, guys, this was a $7 million gate. 17,800 people were here. This was in Newark, New Jersey, UFC 302. Crazy. So Islam Makhachev in one of the best fights of the year, one of the best storylines of the year, defeats Dustin Poirier, 5th round submission. An incredible fight, guys. If you've never seen this fight, definitely go back and watch it. If you've seen this fight once, go back and watch it again. ESPN Plus, whatever you have to do. Makhachev, Poirier, the fight's incredible. It's kind of funny to say this. I know we're in June, but this is the one and the only time that we see maybe the pound for pound best fighter in the world today, Islam Makhachev. He's on the UFC. Dana White always makes fun of the John Jones thing. Islam is pound for pound number 1. We see him one time in 2024, and this is it. Also on this card, co-main event, Sean Strickland gets a split decision, kind of controversial split decision. He defeats Paulo Costa. It was Strickland's fight. Strickland earns a championship fight that you will see in the very first second month of 2025. But Strickland defeats Paulo Costa. Also, main card wins. Kevin Holland, Nico Price, and Randy Brown all pick up wins. And then for us, Fight Bananas family, I told you it was such a great month. This is the best month of the year. Fight Bananas family gets wins across so many different platforms. Grant Dawson gets a big win against Joe Selecki. Dominating performance. It was really cool. Grant Dawson picks up a win. Bonuses, Islam and Dustin Poirier get a bonus. Islam gets another bonus for the submission, and Kevin Holland gets a bonus. So Islam gets 2, Dustin 1, and Kevin Holland another. But guys, I can't tell you enough all the content that came afterwards. Remember Dustin walking out with his daughter, Habib, the respect that they showed. 302. Probably my second or third favorite pay-per-view of the whole year. Incredible card, incredible way to kick off the best month of the year of the UFC. All right, that springboards us into the next week, June 8th, Louisville, Kentucky, in the Yum Center. So you ready for this? They have 2 major pay-per-views, International Fight Week. They go to Saudi Arabia, but this card has the most amount of people to visit any show this month. 19,578 people were in attendance. Incredible amount of people. That's on the 8th. Main event, Nasruddin Imavov, 4th round TKO to Jared Cannonier. If you guys remember, it was a little controversial. Oh, let me put up the poster. Let me put it up. There you go. Nasruddin defeats Jared Cannonier. Cannonier was doing really good at the beginning of the fight. Nasruddin really puts it on him. They think it's a little bit of a maybe the judging stopped it a little bit short, but Nasruddin picks up the 4th round TKO win. Maybe on this card more than anything other, Dominic Reyes comes back, 1st round knockout. Dustin Jacoby, an iconic picture of Dominic Reyes' hands like this. You can just see the weight lifted off Dominic Reyes' shoulders. Incredible performance by him. Also on this card, guys, Rojas Jr. gets a 2nd round submission. Carlos Prats, one of the fighters of the year, his 4-0 year keeps on continuing. The fighting nerds continue to win and win and win. We keep on saying it on all these, monthly breakdowns. So bonuses, Rojas Jr., Prats, Bruto Fiera, and Zachary Reese. But guys, it's an incredible card. One of the best fight nights. Tampa to me was number one. I think last month we talked about it was St. Louis was number two. This was probably the third best fight night of the year. So that's June 8th. 3 more events to go. Let's put up a pretty cool picture. UFC Apex card. Definitely the worst card of the month. Not a lot to talk to you about this card, guys. It was definitely forced in the middle of this epic month that we go to. Not a lot of action. The flyweight main event, Tatsuya Tora versus Alex Perez. Tatsura gets a second round TKO. Bonuses were Gabriel Fernandez versus Carly Jadis. And Tats gets a bonus, and then Bradley Heston gets a bonus. Probably, I hate to say it, maybe one of the most lackluster Apex cards of the entire year, but they just keep the train moving. Like they gave us pay-per-view, Louisville, keep the train going in Apex, goes right into the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Guys, if you remember, June 22nd, during the day, live on ABC, the main event was supposed to be Robert Whittaker versus Hazmat Chimaev, the return of Chimaev. Chimaev had to pull out of this fight. That was the big thing. I think it was around 10 days, 2 weeks before the card. Ikram steps up. But guys, this was one of the best, incredible main cards of any show all year long. You guys remember, Whittaker gets a first round knockout of Ikram. I just remember, it was during the day. It was something about it. Whittaker was coming off the loss of Dricus. It was an incredible night for Whittaker and just incredible way to end the main card. Guys, Alexander Volkov gets a UD versus Sergey Pavlovich in the co-main. Shara Bullet, the Pirate, gets a third round TKO. How about Volkan Ozdemir gets a first round knockout of Johnny Walker? Incredible, guys. Saudi Arabia, really, Riot, Saudi Arabia, UFC on ABC. I love when they go on ABC. It's just something so different. We really go mainstream, and not that it's on during the day. They do that maybe twice a year, sometimes 3 times that they do those Saturday at 1:00 shows. So incredible show. Bonuses was Robert Whittaker, the Bullet, Volkan, and Philippe Lima gets a bonus. So, okay. We had UFC. Oh, didn't do the picture. My fault. There we go. Whittaker 26-17. Ikram 15-1. Crazy card. Crazy main event. All right. We had UFC 302. We had the Louisville show, Apex show, Saudi Arabia show. We get into UFC 303. Now for me, guys, let's kind of talk about this for a couple minutes. We all know this is International Fight Week. We all know for weeks and weeks and weeks, for months and months and months, the Ultimate Fighter, this was supposed to be the return of Conor McGregor. It was supposed to be McGregor versus Chandler in the main event. I think it was maybe 10 days, 9 days. The toe, a ton of rumors. This card gets absolutely flipped upside down and inside out. I'm not told what the friends what it's all about. No Conor McGregor. They took him off the card. They had to give us a mega main event. It's International Fight Week. So who do they call? That man. Alex Pereira steps up. Main events this card once again. Alex versus Yuri Prochazka 2. They fought in Madison Square Garden in New York the year before. So they lead the show. They lead the biggest month of June. One of the biggest main events of the year. Guys, this was in Las Vegas, T-Mobile Arena. They almost did $16 million at the gate, and almost 19,000 people were there live for this event. Incredible showing for them. Alex gets that second round TKO of Yuri. Also in the co-main event, if you remember, crazy scene. Remember, it was supposed to be Diego Lopez versus Brian Ortega. Ortega can't fight. Bad weight cut, got sick. The day of the card gets out. They start calling people the day of the card. They got Dan Ige to get the fight Lopez on 4 hours notice. It was one of the most coolest, iconic stories of the year. Lopez, unanimous decision versus Dan Ige. Shout out to both men. Incredible. That was just a fun story to be there. It's like the prelims, this stuff was breaking. You're like, yeah, we're going to have a new co-main event. Dan Ige stepping up. So incredible. Also on the main card, Roman Dolidze defeats Anthony Smith. Macy Chastain defeats Buna Silva. If you guys remember, that was in the second round. That was that gnarly cut of Buna Silva. It's everywhere. Google image the picture. She has a nasty cut that was on this card. And also, Ian Gary opens up the pay-per-view card, gets a UD win against MVP. Remember, they were trying to package Ian Gary and Conor McGregor together. Of course, Conor didn't show up. Ian Gary always shows up. So very cool for Ian Gary to win the main card and have a phenomenal 2024. Also, big wins. Joe Pfeiffer, Gene Silva, Fighting Nerds wins again. Peyton Tablet, and maybe more important than all of them, Pfeiffer and his family, Jillian the Savage Robertson gets her second win of the year, defeating and retiring the karate hottie Michelle Watterson. She beats Michelle Watterson Gomez via unanimous decision. So, guys, Grant Dawson kicks off the month with the win. Jillian the Savage Robertson caps off the month of the win. Incredible. It was Poirier's story, finishing the story, couldn't get the job done. A lot of respect with him and Islam. Sean Strickland getting the title shot. We fast forward to the end of the month. It was supposed to be Connor. They couldn't fight. Alex Burr steps up on a week's notice in a different country to fight Yuri. It was supposed to be Lopez and Ortega. Ortega's sick. He's out. Dan Ige steps up. It was just a unbelievable. Chimaev can't fight. Ikram steps up. Whittaker gets a first round knockout. June of 2024 was the best month in the UFC. In the cage, outside the cage, storylines, injuries, drama. It had it all. And maybe more important, every single weekend. 5 events. Can't do more than that. 5 events in the month of June. There we go. I'm tired just talking about it. So hopefully you guys go back and watch it. Poirier and Makhachev's the fight that I would go back and watch. Incredible, incredible fight. Poirier puts it on him. But Islam Makhachev, the pound-for-pound best fighter that we have on this planet, his one and only fight of 2024. So there we go. Incredible month. The best month in the UFC, June 2024.